Jen, I feel a little bit clueless actually in terms of providing guidance to everyone watching about who's got the best end of the line, who is the form team, because it is anyone's race in this under-19 female board relay final of Australia. It looked as though there was a little bit of a move on the line there. I don't think, no, they're not going to disqualify anyone. So they are now racing in the opening leg of the under-19 female board relay final, chasing the gold medal of Australia. And already Bella Williams with a flying start from the Swansea Belmont on the near side of the screen. But will that be held on the other side of this little shorey? Because it is packing a punch, and it is anyone's guess about where the best spot is to sneak through.
Absolutely. We've got Ty down on the beach doing some interviews, but he's also texting us a few updates here and there, and he's saying, hey, this swell is building. Now, the girls would have done their semi-finals earlier. They've also seen the open women's board relay go around. A few of them in that race as well. No rest for some of our competitors at the Aussie Championship. So they know what it takes to race well, race fast, and to win a championship medal. But I tell you what, I love that the girls are hitting this one hard. And, gee, that's paying off for Bella Williams, getting that little break now.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Jan. A wave there driving back that competitor. Bella goes over the top. A few others ducking underneath. A few more rolling and boards being thrown backwards. So that is why you have to take your opportunity. This short period swell driven by the wind is not giving competitors much time between waves. So Bella's doing such a good job of sitting up and popping each wave, getting that board going again with speed between them, because there is no time to blink in this under-19 female board relay final.
Absolutely. They'd be looking towards that back bank already, and Pierce Leonard would have been very happy there. He said they've got one of their under-17 competitors, Morgan, out there at the moment. She's doing a fantastic job in the chase pack with Alexandra Headlands. So that's 1, 2 and 3 on screen right now. This is the first leg of the under-19 female board relay championship of Australia. And I tell you what, that front bank, that first bank was pretty heavy. Let's have a look at Bella Williams just sneaking out. Alex in there as well. Southport coming through. It's this next one coming through that's going to clean a few of them out.
So second and third ducking there. Our fourth place competitor managing to duck underneath, but everyone behind, well, good luck dealing with that. So the field has started to bunch up a little bit again. The chase pack putting in a lot of work to catch our leaders, but here is another curve ball. Step one was done on the inside. It's a whole other ball game out the back, because these are big waves starting to come through.
Absolutely. The girls are really just making some safe, smart decisions right now, just heading to the right-hand side to get around that little bit of white water. One more wave to go. I think oh no, Bella Williams just popping up and over that one. That looks to be a Maroochydore cap that's now snuck through Northcliffe on the inside as well. We'll see how the girls are. We've got to see them coming around the cans. That's where we get the best look at where they are. But again, that white water just knocking a few people off their board.
And one more paddler having to roll that last wave as well. So, gee, that's flipped the race on its head again already. The key today is mistake-free racing. One more wave is actually about to come through. I think that was about to collect the rest of the field after already having dealt with this. Solid waves out the back. Now it's about getting that nose up and then transferring the weight forward at the perfect time to keep it back down. So it is really hard work out there today for all of our competitors, and it is thrilling for us to sit here and watch. Because,
I'm loving it from up here. Absolutely.
Yeah, this under-19 female board relay final is off to a flying start.
And the looking at the Northcliffe competitors just coming through, that look to be Ruby Meehan. So she is part of the A team, Lucy Derbyshire, Alyssa Onley and Ruby as they come through. But I tell you what, it is all Swansea Belmont right now. It is Bella Williams looking very good, and we saw a really fantastic start from her in the semi-finals. Her team here is Kaylee Dowsett and Zali Burge, so she'd be loving to tag in a good position here, which is what we saw for the Open Women. Northcliffe, they set it up really nicely in the first ones, and then Harriet built on it in second, handing over to Georgia in 3. Swansea would love to replicate that race plan.
Oh, absolutely. When you're out in front, you know, it's the best place to be because you get first crack at everything. No doubt she'll be hoping right now that there is a wave that's coming through, because if not, anything can happen. So Swansea milking that run at this stage, but there is not much behind it. You've got to go now and just try and take advantage, because you know at some point there is a wave that's going to bring people through, and you do not want to be the unlucky recipient of it. Swansea Belmont, though, no dramas for now. A little wave, a little rest. Now comes the hard part. Stay on it for as long as you can.
Absolutely. She would have got a nice little breather just there, but she knows this is where she needs to put the work in, and you can see her just paddling through that beautifully. Can she get over this next one? I tell you what, even if she doesn't, she's put some beautiful distance on the rest of the field, because we can see out the back to the top right-hand side of your screen a few ladies getting down a few waves there. But I tell you what, out the back, I think that's going to bring a few back markers into the main pack.
One back marker has got it, so Swansea will want to make sure they get down this front wave, and she does. So that is outstanding board paddling there. Swansea Belmont will come out of the water in the first leg of the 19 female board relay in first place, just negotiating a bit of whitewash and a little double up if they need to get over the top of that one. And well done to get into the beach first. I think that might be a 2-wave lead heading into the second leg.
For that first transition. And Bella, she's one of the best junior iron women in the business. Got tagged in to do a few of the Kellogg's, the Nutrigrain Iron Woman races as well. So you know she's going to be fast across the sand, and she knows that for every step that she's running up the beach, the girls are still trying to get in here. I tell you what, this is a fantastic lead here for Swansea Belmont, putting them in a beautiful position for that first tag. Bella Williams into Kaylee Dowsett and Zali Burge.
Yeah, that's right. But gee, just when we thought that Swansea had a comfortable position,
I'm very sorry,
Southport has come from the clouds to come through. They must have been a bit further south on a wave coming all the way through, because that is an outstanding recovery after copping a number of waves on the way out.
There you go. Southport still in the mix right now. They were the Australian champions back in 2021, racing in, let's face it, very different conditions. But it's a Ruby Meehan, Lily from VHMP, Don Stitt coming through, 2 North Bondi in the mix, Perkins from Alexandra Headlands, and another Northcliffe crew. This is going to form up into a fantastic chase pack, and the task ahead of them, can they catch Swansea and then Southport?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And half of that answer lies in what conditions are being faced out in front. So we're starting to see Swansea and Southport now reach the meaty zone, the business end of that sandbank, because that is where those waves are breaking down hard. So it looks as though for now there's a bit of smooth water, but there looks to be something building beyond that. Swansea sitting up and getting the nose over the top. Southport with a corner to get around. Will that... Oh, no. Just when we thought Southport was sneaking in front, the board has been thrown back over the top, and they've been brought right back into this chasing pack. These waves are relentless. So close together, throwing paddlers in every direction. There is no relief on the way out through there. That is unbelievable.
Oh, I tell you what, Southport just copping it right there. We can see Swansea on the right-hand side, Southport on the left. Oh, up and over. She did a fantastic job to hold onto her craft there, though, and you can see the rest of the pack. She's back in the mix right now as another whitewater comes through, and all of this is allowing Swansea to get further and further ahead.
There is just no room for error in these conditions today, and although it was only the smallest of errors, unfortunately she paid the price for it. The board flown back over the top of her head. And back to the grind as well. So Swansea Belmont is still our leader at this stage. That chase pack, is a few of those paddlers have already caught up. We'll bring you those caps in just a moment as to who that is. I think that might be Northcliffe in third.
Maybe a BHMP or Southport recovery, but we'll see the girls as they come through.
Wouldn't that be unbelievable if that was Southport recovery? Incredible.
Oh, we can see some waves, some white water at the back as the girls are tracking back to the southern end of the beach, trying to get around those cans. They've seen the waves. They've seen. They've been out there themselves for the semi-final, but it still is Swansea as she goes to attack this second break.
Yeah, that's right. And again, those waves looking more and more consistent out the back too. Breaking really now top to bottom. We're seeing less and less of those smaller crumbling waves starting to come through. When they are breaking like this, you know that they are powerful. You do not want to be directly in front of those waves when they do start to crash down, because that is a bad place to be.
Absolutely. We've got 3 ladies out in that first pack, but very close behind. There's at least another 3 or 4 to the left-hand side of your screen right now, the chase pack. And again, we are nearly at the halfway mark only of the under-19 board relay final. Alyssa Onley from Northcliffe, her new club there, she's doing a fantastic job for them coming into that top section. But I tell you what, as Newport or Alex just go over now, man, I think we're about to see some waves come through. We'd love to see that. Can anyone do a Harriet Brown? Can they come through this second leg here for a fantastic touch and open up a nice little lead? I tell you what, North Kira is going to have the final decision there.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Jen. I think our top three have done the first part of that, and that is getting out unscathed. So they're now rounding the first can, but wow, look at those that are chasing behind. Already that gap has been eaten up because we have 6 teams now in frame, single file chasing one after the other. No doubt one of these paddlers at least is going to get a luxury ride on the way back to the beach. They wouldn't mind a wave like this that we're starting to see stand up now. So perhaps our leaders, if they can swing it around in time and get to that third can, may be able to get some kind of relief on the way back in. They'll be hoping so.
Absolutely.
Because if they don't, the rest of the field will be right there.
They'll have something to say about it. This is always so interesting. The girls know that they do need to get around that final can, but at the same time, they're seeing the waves. They want to take advantage of anything that the ocean can throw their way. I love that we have so many competitors in the mix right now. This is going to make for an exciting second tag in the board relay. We can see the girls coming around now, and everyone is having a look as they come around that final can. Girls, do not look. You just need to paddle right now. Can Northcliffe open up something here? Alyssa getting a nice little run as she pops back up on her knees, but waves out the back, Sam.
So here comes the wave that we have been speaking about, and it is going to bring the front of the field back together. 5 paddlers on the front wave of the board relay second leg. We can see Swansea, Belmont, Northcliffe, Burleigh, Southport back in there as well after getting cleaned up by those waves on the way out. Who will be able to milk it the most? Looks as though Southport, and is that perhaps North Bondi in the centre of the frame, making a really good run of it as they start to come back in. And that is going to once again put another twist in, another runner out the back. One of our paddlers getting on it from back in 6, starting to come up on our leaders. So 5 becomes 6, but at the very front, there is only 3. North Bondi, I think that's Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park, or is that Southport in the middle? Hard to get the caps in that glare, but either way, that is 3 happy paddlers after cracking that wave all the way through.
Absolutely. It's definitely still Alyssa from Northcliffe closest to screen here. And could that even be a Seacliff cap in the mix here? We do have Seacliff. It's a plain black cap, but North Bondi, 2 teams in the final for them. The coaches, the crowd, the spectators would be loving this right now. It is a 3-way sprint going into this final transition, tagging the 3rd paddler for the under-19 board relay.
So Northcliffe up first, and it looks as though they are going to round that first flag in the lead heading into the final leg. North Bondi in second, and I think that maybe Seacliff in third. We'll get a look at that cap as it comes through. So similar, Seacliff and Southport. But either way, one thing that we do know is that this race is wide open and right there for the taking.
Another North Bondi coming through now. Swansea still holding on. That is your top 5 for now. I tell you what, I'm loving that we've got such amazing races to bring you here on the live stream at Aussies. Please tell us who you are cheering for and where you are cheering from. Are you cheering for Northcliffe, who's out there and going around the can right now? Our 2 Alexandra Headlands clubs coming through, and now we have BHMP in the mix.
So all of these clubs, even that we're seeing on screen at the moment, they may be back in 8th place, but they are right in contention
100%.
to claim gold in this board relay final. Our leader's starting to reach the bank at the moment. This is going to be really telling. It is all on the line now. Northcliffe has the best of it right now, and she's putting her head down and going as well because she's spotted a gap. It looks as though North Bondi is going with her. Will they pop this wave? It opens up for them to do so. A little bit of an advantage there, and that could prove to be really influential.
Absolutely. That's Derbyshire from Northcliffe. She is one of the top iron women in the country. She qualified for the Nutrigrain Series this year as a wild card through the Next Gen, and she finished 11th overall in the series, which for a junior or a new competitor is absolutely amazing. But Sam, let's go back and have a look at this shot. I love North Bondi just made the best of that that situation out the back. Our competitors coming through 3 up the beach. Gee, they did well to keep their momentum strong the entire way through that that dead water.
Oh, that's exactly right. Gee, Jen, I love it. It can be a cruel sport, surf, because some of those
these girls are okay with it right now.
Oh, exactly right. All 5 of those, actually 6 of those teams were in an equal line on the way back in, but it's simply luck as to where you are when that wave starts to peak. Swansea Belmont, they led that one around. They've led the opening 2 legs, but they weren't were not there to take advantage of that wave.
Yeah, Northcliffe now trying to replicate the success that we saw in the Open Women's Board Relay, the 19s. Can they do the double? I tell you what, North Bondi, though, just behind as the Whitewater starts to pick up there on the second bank. They look to be pretty good right now. We just need to get them around the cans and then see what happens with the waves.
Yeah, so it looks as though there's a little gap here. One wave starting to crumble, but I think it's going to be fine for our competitors. The big one is going to be what's coming out behind. So there are waves that are starting to stand up. I think it is going to allow our leaders through. I tell you what, if we caught a glimpse of that one that was building out the back in about 30 seconds time, you don't want to be on that bank. So the chase pack desperately hoping a bit of luck goes their way now. They want no waves on the way out. They want one on the way
Everything
back
on the way home, please. And our third competitor, Seacliff or Southport, in third position right now. They were staring down a bit of a wave. We get to see, can we get them over? I think she's a little ahead of this chase pack, but again, this is where it's really going to cause some dramas for the ladies. Just out the back there as it starts to come over. We'll see if they can get out just on the right-hand side. Yes, up and over. But again, Northcliffe in front, North Bondi in two. Could North Bondi turn a silver into the gold? They need to get around this apex and take a look at what's coming next.
I know better than to declare anything too early, Jen, but those little waves on the way out for the chasing pack has really played into the hands of our leaders, who could be on for maybe not this wave, but the one behind. A big wave starting to break over that second bank. A couple of paddlers getting underneath. I don't know if they'll be so lucky with this next one coming through. But here is the race for the gold medal. Northcliffe and North Bondi almost side by side as they chase the Australian title in the under-19 female board relay. Northcliffe edging ahead slightly at the moment, but North Bondi is not giving up, and I think they're going to get a lift, a little wave to bring them back together.
And this is exciting. North Bondi definitely down the wave. Northcliffe knew that they were coming behind, and this is where it gets interesting. The girls going to have to keep their momentum, keep their stroke rate up here as they come through. Now, North Bondi Team A was Alexandra Tate, Lily Finardi and Bernadette Hughes. And look at the girls work this now. Derbyshire from Northcliffe looks to have the best of it. She's seen her open teammates take out the win, but North Bondi not giving up. Can she turn this into something special?
What an outstanding run. These two paddlers giving it their all, side by side, drag racing on the way back in, and it looks as though North Bondi is going to take advantage. North Bondi pushing down that lead wave. It's going to double up. It looks as though that she is going to be able to get there with just at the last second falls off. The double up comes through now, and there's Northcliffe once again. So just when we thought that this race might be won, it's been turned back on its head. And Jen, it's going to come down to a sprint finish.
It's going to come down to a sprint finish, but Northcliffe has the better inside run here for that finishing flag. North Bondi, though, just trying to chase down these final runners. Is it going to be enough? Can she hold off Northcliffe in this final run leg? North Bondi would explode if the girls could take a gold. Northcliffe, she's down. She's taken a stumble, but it is going to be North Bondi. Ding, ding, ding. A gold medal for the team here. Absolutely wonderful racing.
Wow, you can see the North Bondi club members in the background screaming and jumping. There is so much to celebrate for them because that is a fantastic victory. Lily Finardi from North Bondi crossing the line ahead of Northcliffe. That could be North Bondi in third as well. 1 and 3 for the Australian title in the under-19 female board relay.
That's huge.
Absolutely sensational racing. It was a drag race across that gutter. Northcliffe edging ahead, but Lily Finardi from North Bondi able to milk that lift, and that proved to be the difference. Wow, what a race that was. Let's go back to that moment because that is some of the tightest racing that we have seen so far in the carnival. Now, this was the moment that we thought Lily Finardi had it wrapped up from North Bondi, only to see that Northcliffe was right there too. The decisive moment comes in the following metres. Lily pushing back down that run, and now she's going to put the foot down again. Although that runner dies out behind her, she keeps that speed going and gets to the sand first.
Oh, that is wonderful. Lily Finardi delivering North Bondi a win there. Ty is down on the beach at the moment. Ty, I think you've got the happiest girls at North Kira right now.
Oh, what a performance of the North Bondi girls, but what a race. An absolute cracker that came down the wire, but it was the tricolours that come out on top. Bernie, what about that? Outstanding performance.
Thank you. Yeah, Bella Williams from Swansea had an excellent paddle, but I just knew I had to try to get as close as possible to everyone in the crowd. So then these two could back up and hopefully, which we did, take the win.
Well, first leg done over second leg. It's very tough conditions. The swell is building up there, isn't it?
Yes, it's getting so big, especially that second set. I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to make it over, but just kept pushing. Yeah.
Two of the superstars of our sport in a ding-dong battle in the last leg. Obviously, Lily up against Lucy as well. What was going through your mind? Obviously, you chased hard, Lily, to the south, but then you had to come back as well. That little wave managed to pull you up to the beach.
Yeah, it was so tough. But after seeing these two paddle absolutely exceptional, I knew I had to match their level of intensity, and I just absolutely went for it. I got into a wash and just came home really hard and tried to chase the runners up north where they were breaking a bit more. I just missed getting down the wave, but it made for a really good sprint finish.
It was a great sprint finish, but could you hear the crowd? The North Bondi girls, the support crew over here, absolutely berserk.
Yes, North Bondi loves watching their races and couldn't wish for a better cheer squad. They help us a lot.
Well, girls, under 19 board, relay, Aussie champs, well done. Go and enjoy the moment.